It's a very weird time to be talking about music right now. This is probably going to be the last week for a while where there's nothing about the current world state in the top 20. The bigger picture as of recording this is expected to debut in the top 5 next week, and frankly I'd be surprised if songs like Black Parade, Snow on the Bluff, and Song for Your Free didn't debut in the top 20 or just outside of it the week after. There is some politics in the songs in the charts right now, but not as much as there is going to be by next month. And as with the last couple of videos, there are going to be links in the description that you can use to support the cause. Frankly though, I don't really know what to say about the current state of music past the politics, because I haven't really been listening to it as much. I'm only now beginning to play catch up on albums I missed over the course of June and late May. I was hoping to have heard stuff like Chromatica by the time I posted this video, but I have not. I have listened to my fair share of singles though, and a lot of them have been pretty good, and if the charts are anything to go by, it's kinda mixed this month. But hey, this is the first top 20 without someone you loved, so that's a start at least.
Hey, feeling good, like I should.
I feel like I should probably save my main thoughts on this for December, so for now, I'll just talk about why this being Service's big hit is one of the most disappointing things I've seen all year. I actually listened to Service's album from this year, Horizons, and I figured it would mostly be stuff like this, and I was very glad when it wasn't. And there's some genuinely great music on there too. But for some reason TikTok decided to drudge up this song from their second last album. And I think what bugs me most is that we are essentially telling Services this is the kind of music we want to hear from them. These guys have genuine talent and they have plenty of great songs, but this is the one we're choosing to make a hit. We're actively encouraging them to make more music like this. And the worst part is that they're listening.
A feeling to lift us up, all in the name of love.
This is your fault. Not you specifically watching this, but 100% you specifically watching this. Actually, no, this isn't your fault. This is Elton John's fault. What the hell is he doing here?
Push and pull, you don't know who to blame.
Oh no, we know exactly who to blame.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter.
There's something so genuinely funny to me about the fact that Justin Bieber has actively tried to campaign to get songs at #1 this year, and the only #1 this year he's gotten is a feature on someone else's song.
Right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide.
I'm just now realizing that this song is a production failure on every level. First I thought it was just lazy, but now I'm realizing this is actively mixed incorrectly. It's trying to have a similar appeal to songs like Mask Off and The London, where most of it is carried by one woodwind line, but for some reason the producers thought it would be a great idea to mix the bass and percussion higher than the woodwind, which means that for a lot of the song it is just drowned out, aside from the parts where it's just the woodwind line and Drake's monotone bored voice. I don't even like The London and Mask Off that much, but at least they were mixed correctly.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
This song just feels like a loop, and that's pretty much because it is. It's just the same instrumentation looped over and over. Jack Harlow's flows are very boring and most of them are just repeats. None of his lyrics are new, interesting, clever, or even entertaining. And past him being a white male rapper, I do not understand where the Mac Miller comparisons for this guy are coming from.
My last made me feel like I would never try again, but when I saw you, I felt something I never felt.
This song is so incoherent and sloppy that I can't help but just laugh at it. The messy lyricism, Trevor Daniels' awful voice, the atrocious mixing, and the quite frankly atrocious production in general. I'm sure that most people covering a top 20 with this song in it are probably gonna have this way lower than I did, but frankly it's so bad that it's almost adorable to me in a way, and I can't really justify putting it any lower. Quite frankly, this would probably have to shrink on me to even make my worst list this year.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
Life sure the fuck is not. Believe it or not, this has actually grown on me a bit. I mean, it hasn't grown on me much, it hasn't grown on me enough to leave this tier, and it probably won't, but hey, the bassline's actually alright. This song's still pretty all over the place, but hey, I like a good bassline.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car.
Quite honestly, those lines are the only reasons that these songs are now at the top of the bad tier instead of being just spread throughout the bad tier. Admittedly, they probably would have been here anyway because they're both better than Roses, but still. Also, is Roddy Ricch just gonna make a career of ACAB songs? Because if so, I might have to actually listen to his albums.
When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it.
It's cute, it's alright. I still have no opinion change on it whatsoever. I don't think I ever will. I get why people love this, but personally I don't.
So lock the door and throw out the key again.
I briefly talked about this in my Rain On Me review, but to sum it up, this is a song that sounds fine and has good vocals, and I pretty much just like it for that, but it's also painfully unoriginal in every other aspect, and also there's no vocal chemistry. I get why people hate it, but the vocals and the overall sound of it that improves upon Perfect in my opinion is enough for me to overlook just how badly written this is.
Run away while we're running in circles.
Y'all remember that dumb song that was called Post Malone and it was like, we party like Post Malone, and it was based off some beer pong picture? Yeah, it's already a dumb bad song, but can we just imagine if they were talking about partying like this song instead?
Rain on me.
Again, I wanted to have heard Chromatica by the time I got to this ranking so I could tell you if this is better or worse in the context of the album, but I haven't heard it, so my opinion hasn't really changed. All of what I said is said in the Rain On Me review I posted, so go watch that, but the one thing I didn't say is that the opening horns suck. Again, maybe in the actual album that's a motif that carries over from the song before it, but it just sounds so bad on this. If this is still in the top 20 by August, I'll tell you my updated thoughts because I'll probably heard Chromatica by then, but yeah, this is still alright. I still like it. It's still fine. This is a 6 out of 10 song with a 10 out of 10 chorus. Just holy shit, that main chorus line is so powerful. I do wish the verses were stronger, but Jesus Christ, this chorus is just phenomenal. You know, I have a feeling that After Hours is probably going to be the album that this year's remembered for, and even though I don't think it's anywhere near the best of this year, I'm actually pretty good with that, because it's a pretty good album. Yeah, this is still a great song. Now, about making Watermelon Sugar a hit. Special thanks to Billboard for no longer crediting the atrocious remix of this song. Seriously, that remix would have been shit tier if it was still credited. It contradicts the song, it removes any good flow of it, it replaced Doja's singing verse, which is pretty great, with an atrocious Nicki rap verse. Seriously, the last time a remix sabotaged the original song this badly was Pretty Girl.
Damn, Cali, damn, Cali.
One bad bitch, she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass Draco.
People always complain about TikTok's influence on the charts, but for every Sunday best, there's gonna be a Blueberry Faygo. This song's just so much fun to listen to, thanks to that amazing production work. And Lil Mosey fits over this absolutely phenomenally. And yeah, the only lyrics that really stand out here are the ones that are super cheesy, but for what this song's going for the fun, happy vibe, the cheese actually kinda helps the song out. A lot of people are citing this as the summer song of the year, and honestly, I'm down with that.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet.
This is still absolutely phenomenal, and also Hit My Phone should be the next single. Not just because it's the best song in Sugar, but there have been too many songs that have been featuring Kalani that should have been hits by this point that weren't. I'm just now realizing that this has been the #1 on every top 20 ranking I have done since the start of this year, including the top 20 rankings that other people had input on. Even with other people's input, this has remained #1 not just for me, but for the overall ranking. Anyways, obviously I'm keeping my thoughts on this till December. So let's just look at the score. This week is getting a 49 out of 100, because as I said, it was just fine. It was alright. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, I'm bad at outros, and I'll see you in whatever I do next.